Yeah, I agree. Well, it's going to be never a dull moment, but so far, the markets are holding in, and that's always something that I wonder about. At what point are is the whole assumption about taco gonna trump all his chickens out, gonna fall through? And I guess that's something that
You
we'll.
love that, Dave.
Yeah,
Tacos.
I think it's one of the, and I loved his reaction when he first heard about it. But
What did he say?
he said, "Oh, really? That's how I've never heard that before." And it was kind of, I think,
He's probably like, "That's pretty catchy." I mean, he
yeah, I
has to have
think
some
that's it. I
respect
think
for
it was a
whoever did it.
of incredulity, because one of the things he's really good at is coming up with nicknames and catchphrases.
Totally.
Part of it was like, it was like when the Austin Powers and the Mini Me came out. It's like, why didn't I
Yeah.
think of that?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
then
by the
also part of
way,
it was, then it sinks in. It's like, oh, they're offending me. So I think it was a combination of incredulity, disbelief, and a little, incredulity, envy, and a little disbelief. So, but anyway, well, I think we'll have to leave it there.
well, no, I wanna have a moment of silence because of my Pittsburgh roots to
Oh,
Ozzy Osbourne
oh yes,
and Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Yes, Hulk Hogan, who
They're like our
irrespective of what you think
generation
of
or my generation.
WWE, was really a transformational figure in sports. Obviously, got a lot more in. I know, Kurt, you've been someone that's obviously done a lot more in that, pardon the pun, that ring than we have. So please, why don't you close us by giving a few thoughts about Hulk Hogan,
If
American
there
icon.
is if there is a Mount Rushmore of sports entertainment, Hulk Hogan's the first name that belongs on that list. What we know today as the global success of professional wrestling is completely attributed to Hulk Hogan, who came along and was the very first wrestler to break out in pop culture. When you think of wrestling, you think of Hulk Hogan. Even if you're not a fan of wrestling, you've heard of the name Hulk Hogan. Um, and just he has for better or worse, I mean, he stood the test of time. And, I mean, I know a lot of us in today's society think of him from speaking at the Republican National Convention and some of the controversies he's had. But in the 80s and 90s, there was no bigger name in sports entertainment than Hulk Hogan. And, I think by and large, that's probably how he'd be remembered. Those of us who grew up watching him every Saturday morning saying, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, brother. You know, there are very few
That's when we
people.
had, like, 3 stations.
Right.
Right.
I mean, there are very few people who transform an entire industry. Hulk is one of those guys who successfully did that.
Mhm.
And I think ultimately that's his legacy.
Excellent. Well,
And he had a heart attack, Kurt? Like, so it was
Or
unexpected.
allegedly, yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
yeah, those guys, they live hard and fast lives. It's
Yep.
like the rock stars. 76 is actually pretty old. Where what Ozzy Osbourne was,
Hmm. Yeah,
sort of
for
something.
the life that they all lived back in the day. I mean,
Yeah.
they literally they lived what they sang about the sex, drugs, rock and roll lifestyle. They all did that. So
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
it past
And
70 with
bats for
making
Ozzy
it
and
past
bats.
70 is an accomplishment when you live that hard for that long.
yeah. We were talking
Yeah.
about Tom Petty the other day, and he only made it to 66. So,
Oh,
Dave
that
Grohl,
devastated me. My
Ugh.
favorite concerts ever.
he was great. I saw him a couple times too, being the concert goer that I am. Well, folks, that puts the wrap on another good episode. Thanks to my partners in crime for joining me, and thanks to all of you for joining us. We will see you on the next episode of Practically Political. Have a good one.